All right, I think we are ready to go live here in just a second. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday. I feel like it's only been, well, like not long ago before we were once again uh, joining each other here to cheer on our Blue Devils, and that's because we beat Virginia like less than 48 hours ago, which is an extremely exciting game and by far the best win of the season so far. However, tonight, shifting gears a little bit because they say that every single game. ESPN is billing this is Big Monday. Well, guess what? Every game is big for Duke at this point because we're still fighting our way here into the tournament. A little bit, of the storylines coming into this. They got Alan Griffin, Buddy Boeheim, and Quincy Guerrier. Both Syracuse, the only team here with more than one player in the top 10 in points overall in the ACC. They've got three of them. And on our side, here you go. We've got Matthew Hurt here. His last three games, 22.7 points on 14 of 19 three-point shooting. One of the best shooting performances we have seen in a three-game span, or really in any game span, of late. It's like just sensational performances by Matthew Hurt here. And we're underway here from Cameron. And the first play is going to be an alley-oop pass to Mark Williams, who goes right over the entire Syracuse Orange defense and slams it home for two. I mean, spectacular assist there from Roach to Stewart, over to Williams, and now Duke going to have to get it done on the defensive end, but cannot. The first points to Dolezaj, who scored 22 points in the game last year. Duke and Syracuse knotted up at 2 apiece here in the early going. Hurt thought about the 3. And welcoming in our lovely folks and fellow Blue Devils in chat. James Calloway, welcome back. Timothy Phillips, welcome back as well. From Bessemer, North Carolina. Nice, excellent. Loving the North Carolina vibes here. Spectacular stuff. And let's see, so it was a Duke turnover. It's going to be Dolezaj against Hurt. Hurt actually put on a really good performance even on the defensive end against UVA. And this is going to be Guerrier actually can't get past Mark Williams, and the block / deflection is going to go right into the hands of Roach. Roach going to give it to Hurt, and Hurt is going to hand it over to, that is Wendell. Wendell for 3. An early 3. Yes, Wendell Moore for 3. An early sighting for Wendell. I was trying to make sure I had the starting lineup correct. For those of us watching along here, it is Mark Williams, Matthew Hurt, Wendell Moore, DJ Stewart, and Jeremy Roach. So the starting 5 for Duke seems to finally have settled. And Coach K, I think, likes what he is seeing now. And then the rotation off the bench also seems to be pretty set. Jamin Brakefield, we expect to see come on probably with that first rotation. Jordan Goldwire also with that first rotation. DJ Stewart's going to put up a 3 here. That's a long-range one. Nice tip out by Matthew Hurt. Going to go right back into the hands of Roach, who's going to nail it for 3. And we've got another one. Jeremy Roach for 3, and it's a quick 8 points for the Blue Devils, who have stretched this lead out to 6. Syracuse here, Joseph Girard, sorry, my apologies. Girard going to work on Roach, and that is going to be a turnover. The defense, sensational here for Jeremy Roach in the early going. Actually, Roach doing his best Jordan Goldwire impression on that possession, if I do say so myself. But either way, it's a turnover forced here by the Orange, and actually DJ Stewart's going to throw it right into the teeth of the Syracuse zone, and that's going to be a turnover for Duke. Buddy Boeheim faked 3 twice, doesn't shoot it, and now has the ball in his hands once again, guarded by Roach. And now driving into the paint. That's going to go out. Good deflection there by Wendell Moore, which sets it out of bounds here at the 17:40 mark. Syracuse to restart from the sideline. Of course, one of the big storylines as Syracuse and Duke get together, Coach K and Jim Boeheim, 2,144 wins between these two coaching legends, and Mark Williams almost gets the block there, but unable to do so as the ball falls into the hands of Syracuse, and they've got Quincy Guerrier there with an easy 2. I like the energy, though. I'm not really worried about that piece. Williams continue to go up for it. Wendell Moore right into the teeth of the zone, and the outside pass. Sensational pass there from Moore to DJ Stewart. Moore, who had 7 assists in the game against Wake Forest, didn't actually score that much in that game, or was it with the UVA? Either way, he's assisting like crazy. But there on that possession, if we're not going to get a replay, unfortunately, but if they did show us the replay, what you're going to see is that Moore was right there at the ACC logo, which is right where you want to be, in between the two players at the top of the zone. Flash somebody into the middle there at that ACC logo, and then get the ball back out. The zone will collapse, and then have an open three-point shooter, and this is going to be a foul on Dolezaj down low, is what they're going to call. Maybe we get the replay. Here is Moore. No, that's going to be a replay for Dolezaj. Of course, they don't give us the Duke replay, so. Oh, well, there was the Duke one, but they didn't give you quite the setup. The setup is that Moore is right at the free throw line, and then it's an easy three-point bucket. And that's an easy two-point bucket there for DJ Stewart. He's got 5. Sorry, I gave the points there. It should be 13. I'll fix the points later. Joseph Girard going to dive into the paint. Dolezaj with the one-handed pass outside to Guerrier, and it's a travel. Or he stepped on the end line. Turnover again for the Syracuse Orange. 16-11 on the clock. Duke with a 13-6 lead. Roach bringing the ball up the court. Oh yeah, I actually think we just got to keep winning games. I mean, that's basically at this point the most that we can ask for. Keep winning games here. Rebound Williams to Hurt to Moore. Duke gonna reset on the possession. Duke gonna throw it away. Jeremy Roach with an errant pass that's just over the outstretched arms of DJ Stewart. And unfortunately, we cannot corral it. Welcome in, everybody, once again. It is our the Gamecast is completely wrong for some reason there on that ESPN one. It is not 8-0. It is actually 13-6. I have no idea why ESPN's Gamecast is so far bad. Poorly, not accurate. But we'll give you the right score here. Turn out on my live stats for just a second. I'll make sure to get everything updated for you. It is 15:48 here on the clock. 13 points for our Blue Devils in the early going. Only 6 for the Orange. Let's see. Only the starters so far have played. And there we go. It's Wendell Moore's got a 3. DJ Stewart's got a 3. Jeremy Roach has a 3. Williams and Stewart also have 2-point shots of their own. On the side of the Syracuse Orange, Merrick Dolezaj there with 4 points, and Quincy Guerrier with 2. Dolezaj, as I was mentioning, had a field day with us last time we met. We only played one game with Syracuse last year. That was up at Syracuse at the Carrier Dome. Vernon Carey there with 26 points, 17 rebounds, had his fill, and Dolezaj there with 22 points. So we know that Dolezaj can play as tough as well. Do you think they'll ever let Dick Vitale call another Duke Carolina game? I would assume they're all. So what's strange to me is that every time Duke is on ESPN proper, Jay Billis and Dan Schulman are actually there. But every time Duke does the ACC network, or actually any ACC network game is done remotely. So it's basically done just as I'm doing it. I'm just watching the game, and the folks doing play-by-play in color are literally just watching the game, not there. But Bayless and Schulman are actually in Cameron. My guess is that Dick Vitale, once COVID is over, will finally go back and do actual in-person game calls. Either that or he just has to get a vaccine. So I suspect that will come back. I don't know if there's an actual reason as to if he's not allowed to do them anymore. Although I know personally my friends, fellow Duke friends, are a little over the Dickie V. It was really fun when we were in school, I have to say, but that was almost 15 years ago now. Wait, has it been that long? No, it's been, oh yeah, actually it's almost 13 years. Welcome in, everybody, here to the channel on this Monday afternoon. Hope you're having a good Monday start to your week. If you need the game itself, jump into Discord. The link is in the description below. I can also post the link here in chat. We've got the game streaming for you there if you need to grab it, and then join us here with the fellow Blue Devil fans to enjoy the conversation. Duke coming into this game, third game in 5 days, win at Wake Forest, win over UVA, number 7 UVA there. By the way, the win against UVA, the 100th win for Coach K over a top 10 team. And now Syracuse here, Joseph Girard going to inbound, and that's going to fall into the hands of Dolezaj. Right back to Girard, who's going to put up a reverse shot, and that's not going to go. But the cleanup there by Braswell is good. So the Syracuse Orange with an additional 2 points off the inbounds. Recent contests between Duke and Syracuse all coming down to within 8 points here. So I expect this to be another close game. Actually, both teams coming into this game off of 3-game winning streaks. You can see right there, Matthew Hurt once again at the ACC logo. That shot is butter. Turnaround, jump shot, drills it. That's exactly where you need to be in order to shoot the zone apart. You're either going to get that shot there, or you're going to try to shoot it from long range. And the way that Duke has been shooting long-range three-point shots, I got to say I like our chances in that department. But also, I love the chances for Matthew Hurt's mid-range shot, which just seems to have like over 80% success rate. So either way, the matchup seems pretty favorable with the Duke shooting against the Syracuse zone. Jordan Goldwire almost makes a mess of it there on the transition, but Matthew Hurt out in the left corner drills the 3 again, right on cue. It's almost as if I knew what I was talking about. As Jim Boeheim calls a timeout here, the first timeout for the Syracuse Orange. Duke extending an 18-8 lead. Here on the hot shooting by Matthew Hurt. Great start. Once again, a hot start here for Duke. And for the Blue Devil fans, I think Blue Devil Nation is going to be with me when I say we think we found something here. We think we finally found something here with the team that has looked really, really good over these last few games. I mean, even, the game against Miami, we probably should have won it. The game against UNC, we probably should have won that one too. We were in both games, late game situations. We were in them both. We just happened to blow it. The NC State game blew them out of the water, 69-53. There's that final score. Wake Forest blew those guys out of the water too, 84-60. And then UVA, the big win, 66-65, showing that Duke could in fact close out a game there at the end. And first time all season, we're playing as a unit. That's exactly right. Exactly as Chad was saying. That is a deflection. That should be out of bounds on Syracuse. I don't know what the ref is looking at. Probably looking at the fact that the Syracuse player was going to fall on top of him, which is why he should have called the out of bounds, but he didn't. Instead, Dolezaj is going to find himself extra 2 points. A gift there by the referee. Syracuse has 10. Dolezaj has 6 of those. Goldwire, Stewart, Moore, Hurt, and Brakefield in. Brakefield to Syracuse brings the double team. Brakefield's got to find Moore outside, and Moore's going to put up a 3. Shot looked okay, but ends up going wide. Rebound to the Orange as Duke gets back in transition to set up its man-to-man. Buddy Boeheim here working against Hurt. Good defense, good to move his feet, and Boeheim's shot is off. Rebound to Hurt, and now Wendell Moore pushing. I like the fact that we're actually pushing pace here as well. DJ Stewart thought about 3, gets it inside to Brakefield. 1 dribble going up, and Brakefield held ball here. Possession is going to give it to the Orange. Brakefield gets blocked as the Syracuse Orange bring a double team. Looks like Syracuse is willing to double team everything inside the post or in the post area, especially that back line of the 2-3 zone. Anytime Duke gets the ball in that area, Syracuse is bringing 2, or at least they have when Jamin Brakefield has gotten the ball in that zone. Are they going to call an offensive foul? There's a whistle here stopping the play. Jimmy Boeheim saying open. I don't know, whatever that's supposed to mean right now. Open defense, open offense. This is Richmond now handling the ball for the Orange, and he's just going to find Jeremy Roach off the dribble here. That's an easy 2. Jeremy Roach, I have to say, as much as I like what he's doing on the offensive end, his defense has been suspect. Here's a foul on Dolezaj. That's actually Dolezaj's 2nd foul. Or no, they're going to call an offensive foul against Brakefield? What? Wow. I thought that was going to go against Dolezaj. That's a big call, actually. 2 against Dolezaj this early would have been big. Richmond gets it outside here to Braswell. Braswell for 3 off the back iron. Joey Baker now into the game in place of Brakefield due to the foul situation. And Williams just begging for it outside. 3 Syracuse defenders collapse. And now it's Baker on the outside. Extra pass to Roach. Roach back to Baker. And Duke can't make anything of it, even though Syracuse tried to triple team there. Now Jordan Goldwire cutting inside, and Baker airballs it. Joey! What? Come on, dude. Buddy Boeheim for 3 is off again. Rebound into the hands of Matthew Hurt, and the pace is picked up. Goldwire looking for it. Oh, the Mark Williams with the alley-oop. Spectacular play. Ooh, right over the top of the orange. Probably squeezed a bit of OJ there when he came down on it, too. Looked like the presser. Woo, Mark Williams, 20-12. Good defense by Goldwire, and Syracuse is going to turn it over. Goldwire top in the ACC in steals here, but deflection by Boeheim stops the transition. And we've hit the under 12 timeout, which is good because we get a bit of a breather. Whew, a lot of action here in the last few. Actually, this is quite both teams playing at a high tempo pace right now. Timothy saying he never had the opportunity to go to Cameron. Oh, yeah. So, asking about hoping that the tickets aren't so bad. So, since you live in North Carolina and you're local-ish, like more local than me living in Seattle, you got to go to the games that are over the holiday break. So, what they do for Thanksgiving and Christmas breaks, basically all the students will leave campus like after that first week in December, and they sell general admission in the student section, standing only. But those tickets back when I was doing grad school there were $91. They're first come, first serve. General admission tickets on the wings of the student section, and that's the most reasonable price that you can get for a ticket in Cameron. They may have gone up in the last couple of years, I don't know. But that's what they were, at least in 2015, 16, 17. It's also the most authentic sort of experience that you got there. Ant asking if we're winning out. So we've got a chance. Basically, in order to win out, you'd have to one game at a time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. One game at a time. So you got to beat Syracuse. Then you got to get the revenge game against Louisville. And Louisville hasn't really been playing that well. And honestly, let's flip back to the score against Louisville. 68-65. All right, this was or you can't see that part, but like I'm sort of flipping back and forth between scores here. DJ Stewart had 13, Matthew Hurt had 24, and no other Blue Devil at that point had more than 9. But it was a 3-point game that somehow we blew at Louisville, and welcome them back into Cameron. Then I think we have we should win this Louisville game. The way that this team is playing, assuming we win tonight, we should win that Louisville game. We got a game to go to Georgia Tech. We got a game at Georgia Tech, and I'm pretty sure that's one of those losses from earlier in this. Or did we beat? I can't even remember now if we beat Georgia Tech or not. That was a long time. That feels like a long time ago. But I think we probably. I don't know. I know we lost to Pitt. We lost to Miami. We lost to UNC. And we lost to Louisville. So that's the 4. Okay, those are the 4 ACC losses. No, there's 6 ACC losses. We lost to Notre Dame. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we beat Tech. Anyway, they're a pesky team, but we should beat that one too, which sets up the rematch against Carolina at UNC. And so at that point, we're just going to return the favor. So they took one from us at home. We're going to take one from them at home, which sets us into the ACC tournament with basically, yes, winning out there. So the short answer is yes, but the long answer is we need to get through this game first. So right now, it's looking pretty good here. 20-12, and granted, outside of the UVA game, the last 3 out of the 4 games we've played, we've basically, run a team out of the gym in the first half, building what is effectively a 15 to 20 point lead. This is trending in that direction, but Syracuse, a bit more veteran team, well coached. As Roach banks one off the backboard, and that goes down. So Duke hitting everything at this point. 11-point margin here. Williams now D'ing up, and it's Richmond on Roach. And Richmond going to go up with a hand in his face. Great defense by Roach, who I was hard on earlier. And this pass in transition to Williams! Oh, he throws it down again! 3 spectacular assists and dunks from Mark Williams. He's got 6, Hurt has 5. Now that's accurate. Syracuse going to go timeout again, as Jim Boeheim does not like what he is seeing. These are just runouts in transition. So we talked about how do you beat the zone. You can put a man in the middle and the ACC, at the ACC logo there, and you shoot through that. We saw Matthew Hurt do that. We actually saw 2 things out of that. One, we saw Wendell Moore pass out to an open 3-point shooter, and then you hit the shot. So you can shoot the zone to pieces from the outside. You can also, instead of passing out, put Matthew Hurt there and get a 2. So we've done that. Or, even better, you just beat the zone back to the other end of the floor where they can't even set up, and you just beat them in transition, which Mark Williams has now done 3 times. So we are basically doing just about everything to be able to beat the zone. And Duke, with 10 assists on 10 made baskets. I have a pretty impressive stat from the UVA game we'll pull when we have a second here on the amount of assists, the assist to field goal ratio, because it really shows how this team has developed. And I just think it's also just spectacular there. Dolezaj asking for a foul, won't get it. Spectacular defense by Matthew Hurt there. And ball lands into the hands of Goldwire. Danger zone for Syracuse, too, right here, as Goldwire flashes into the middle of the ACC logo. Syracuse now trying to get this zone to rotate. Keep passing the ball to the outside. DJ Stewart cuts in, and unfortunately the pass goes through the legs of Matthew Hurt. Right idea, poor execution on that possession. Duke getting back in transition, however, and Richmond has to get it outside to Buddy Boeheim, who's going to get a screen from Dolezaj, but it's now Boeheim on Stewart. Rescreen again, still nothing there. Stewart dogging Boeheim, and Syracuse is now stuck underneath. The shot doesn't go by Gourier, and Syracuse coming up empty on that possession. Roach, had Goldwire open. Now back to Stewart. Let's see if they try to screen the zone here. Maybe not. They're just going to get Roach and Hurt. And Stewart's going to take a deep 3! Oh, baby, that was like 3 feet behind the line. That was an NBA range shot. The hot 3-point shooting for the Blue Devils just keeps going, man. This is like a 2010 team. This is crazy, the amount of old school Duke kind of live and die by the 3, except that we're a bit more versatile than just live and die by 3. Wow. Whew. We got a stoppage in play, but I think Syracuse needs a breather here. 9:25 to go. Oh, Duke has opened a 16-point lead. It really is a shame for games like this, and even the UVA game, that the Crazies aren't able to participate and enjoy, as the Syracuse point guard Girard basically dribbles himself out of that play. The shot clock does reset. He ends up having to take a wild shot. Syracuse is going to convert here, luckily, on the absolutely broken play. Joseph Girard basically tried to dribble behind his back and almost lost the ball. And on the broken play, Syracuse ends up scoring. Henry Coleman into the game now as Matthew Hurt takes a break on the bench. So it's Moore, Stewart, Roach, Williams, and Coleman. And Roach is going to go for 3. No, sorry, Stewart's going to go for 3 again. And Stewart can't miss. Stewart is 3 for 3, 3 for 4 from the outside. Syracuse can't buy one, as Duke is all over that rebound. Look at Coleman on the floor. Go get it. And Roach now in transition. Look for Williams. Actually gets his pocket pick from behind. Syracuse in transition going the other way. Syracuse can't finish. And now Wendell Moore in transition. This game is just going back and forth. Moore going to try to get to the bucket. That's off of Syracuse stoppage and play at the 8:10 mark. Whoo! Catch your breaths. Both teams a little sloppy there in that last possession. Wow, DJ Stewart into double figures, the first Blue Devil to do so. The freshman right now, 23 of the team's 31. Whew, 5 of 6 from 3. Matthew Hurt there owning the other three-point shot. Wendell's got a three-point shot of his own as Brakefield now into the game. So the two folks there in the baseline is Coleman and Brakefield with Roach, Stewart, and Moore. Try to get that to Moore at the ACC logo, and they do. Still passing from the outside. Roach is going to take another three and make another one. Duke cannot be stopped right now. Oh my goodness. This is just shooting the zone to pieces. Roach with 9 points on perfect 3 of 3. Duke is shooting 75% as terrific defense there by Brakefield prevents the Syracuse shot from Gourier from going in. Syracuse is going to need another breather if they get this one. That was a bit of a heat check there, but DJ Stewart down on the floor for the ball, still scrapping for it, still going for it, can't come up with it. Syracuse Orange do. And this is going to be a long-range shot by Girard, hit the back iron, and that should have been a foul against Syracuse. By Roach comes down with the ball and says slow things up for a second. Coleman coming up top to try to screen the zone. Moore over to Roach, back to Moore. Can't get it quite inside. Somebody's got to flash into the middle, and there goes Moore. Back to the outside. 8 seconds to go. Not as good ball movement here, but Coleman comes up with one, and Henry Coleman's got 2. Nice feed. Another assist for Wendell. 22-point advantage so far here. And Dolezaj going to go high off glass and get fouled. We will finally have the stoppage of play here at the 6:30 mark. Duke looking spectacular here. Everybody in chat saying, yes, the freshmen are going crazy. The sniper shots. These three-pointers, the way that the team has been playing over the last 3 games, though, they have been hitting outside shots. They finally found something, and I think it has to do a little bit with especially when you're playing Mark Williams in the center position, that you now have an inside threat that other teams have to respect. Because Mark Williams has just gone over the top 3 times and scored easy dunks on Syracuse. And at that point, you have the defense has to collapse, which is leaving shooters wide open. I mean, it literally looks like a layup line. Well, not technically the layup line, but like it looks like shooting practice before the game. Like the amount of space that our shooters have. And now, granted, against UVA, some of those shots, especially the Matthew Hurt shot there, you remember the one with Huff putting just a hand up in Hurt's face, and Hurt just like puts it right over him, and it doesn't even matter. So like, yeah, this team has absolutely found something here. They're in a great rhythm. And it's too bad because, you know, all the games that we lost early in the season due to COVID, rescheduling, or cancellation or whatever, like, you kind of wonder, would we have gotten to this point earlier if we had those non-conference games early on in the season, which is an unfortunate part. But look, this team is finally putting it together. They're playing their best basketball at the right time of the year. We have a week to go. We have a week to go until we get to March, and that's when you want to be playing your best basketball. And yeah, a lot of the losses here, very winnable, as Chad has been pointing out. Basically, you know, we've talked a little bit about this. The 6 losses in the ACC by a total combined 28 points. That's an average of less than 5 points per ACC loss being the difference there. It's 2 possessions, right? It's a possession here, it's a possession there, and it really, at the end of the games, it really is more like it just comes down to like one play, and we've finally figured out how to make them. Like a lot of times we were also being outscored at the free throw line, which has been less of a problem. Duke finally getting back to that, you know, Duke making more free throws than their opponent ever takes. And some of that is a result of improvement on the defensive end, which is the ability to defend without fouling, which has just been which I think everybody would agree we have done so much better on. Um, yeah, I mean, if we had those games, yeah, it like wouldn't even be a question if we were like, you even win 3 out of those 6, you're in the tournament. Like, you're not having this conversation about Duke possibly not being in the tournament. Like, winning 3 of those games puts your record at 11-3 in the ACC, and UVA and Florida State are like UVA's at 11-3. Like, you see, like the difference of a few games here and there is like a media storyline. Like, and at this point, I love our chances against anyone. As Dolajai here misses a free throw, they say there's the bracketology on the side. The one that really kills us is the Miami loss. That's the loss that is not only bad from like a realistic like standpoint of like, yeah, we lost to we lost to a terrible team, but like mathematically that loss is really bad when you look at how teams rank for the tournament. But here we are, 14 assists on 14 made field goals. It's exactly how you have to play it against the zone. It's all about ball movement because the zone is suffocating if you're trying to play isolation and just beat it by yourself. But the way that we're moving the ball here, Hurt over to Moore. He's got 7 seconds on the shot clock to make it happen. Over to Goldwire, back to Moore. 4 seconds, got to make it happen right now. Moore's got to put up a really tough shot. Does hit the iron, but it will be rebounded by Syracuse. So not the best possession there. I thought Richmond took an extra step. Looked like he took an extra step. It's a quick 4 points here for Syracuse in trying to cut into a lead that is over 20 points. And Matthew Hurt says, absolutely not. A 3-point shot from the right corner that he basically put the shot up and started walking away. Like, he was that confident that that thing was going in. That's incredible. 16 of 22. A spectacular shooting percentage, and that's not going to go for Syracuse, and Syracuse almost turns it over. Richmond now working on Roach. Roach with a hand up, and Richmond is the bright spot for Syracuse as he hits their first 3-point shot. Roach got a little lost there defensively. Couldn't quite close out in time. You see Hurt now in the middle, trying to get the ball into him. Still in there. Syracuse doing a good job of cutting off the passing lanes. And Roach on the outside, and Roach is going to take 3 again, and Roach is going to hit 3 again. I mean, these shots just look like they are absolutely in rhythm. .22 margin so far for Duke. I mean, you could literally make a highlight tape of 3 after 3 after 3 after 3 after 3. Tough shot by Syracuse doesn't go. Rebound to Gourier, who's going to get this outside to Buddy Boeheim. Straightaway 3 is good for Buddy Boeheim's first points of the afternoon. So Duke and Syracuse here trading baskets, trading 3-point shots. Hurt at the ACC logo, and right underneath, this should be a foul. That should be a foul! No? Man, no more got fouled. Come on, guys. Let's be real. Buddy Boeheim for 3 steps into that and hits it. Second straight 3-point shot for Buddy Boeheim. He's got 6, and Syracuse manages to close the lead to 16. And Goldwire, actually an uncharacteristic turnover here. Buddy Boeheim's going to go for the heat check. Can't get that one to go, but the follow-up by Carne Richmond is good, and Coach K needs a timeout right now, which I completely agree with. And this is a timeout by K, as Duke was not good in getting back there in the transition. Luckily, we have a bit of a lead here that Syracuse has just managed to chop 8 points off of. Now, you'd never really say, well, it's a 20-point lead. Like, you know, I think we're looking in pretty good shape. However, I did mention that both these teams are coming in off of 3-game winning streaks, ours NC State, Wake, and UVA. For Syracuse, they've won 6 of the last 8, and actually just had a 20-point comeback against Mike Bray and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to win that last game in the Carrier Dome. So Syracuse, no stranger to being down at halftime or in deficits and then still managing to make something happen. So, as I mentioned before, Syracuse, the only team, uh, as we mentioned sort of at the top of the broadcast, right? Syracuse, the only team with 3 scorers ranked in the top 10 in points in the ACC, with Boeheim, Griffin, and Guerrier all averaging around 15, just over 15, 15.2, 15.1 points per game. Our boy Matthew Hurt, number 2 in the ACC with 18.5. His scoring average continues to go up given his recent play. And Douglas Alberto, welcome back into chat. Welcome in, everybody. Again, reminder, if you need the game itself, jump into the Discord. We've got it streaming for you there if you need a way to watch. And the link is there in chat. And happy to have everybody this afternoon or this evening or wherever you might be. Maybe it's the morning. I don't know. And thank you very much for joining us all. Syracuse also shooting about a record 80% from the free throw line, which we really haven't given Syracuse the opportunity to shoot from the free throw line just yet. Dolezaj has made and missed a single one, but something to keep an eye on. Really, this game seems like it's being played at a pace that is too fast for Syracuse right now. And except there, those latest 2 minutes, kind of Syracuse was able to slow the game down just a little bit. Megan, yes, the March Madness hype. We are a week away from March, and I'm hoping we make the tournament because then that means we get to do our like NCAA bracket competition, which is always a lot of fun. Well, we actually haven't gotten to do. We didn't get it to do it last year because there was no NCAA tournament. But I'm looking forward to if we get to do it this year. That should be fun. It's so basically it's just a bracket pool for our. If you're a subscriber to the channel, you can automatically enter into the bracket pool, and we just give away money for people that win. So that's the plan. Also, yeah, EA Sports is making a college football game, and I probably suspect they will make a college basketball game too. Syracuse run here 8-0 in the last minute and 15. Which has been unfortunate. Most of that keyed off by Buddy Boeheim. 2 consecutive 3-point shots. Duke really has to find a way, and Stewart gets stuffed. Thought about the 3. The closeout there by Griffin was good, as he basically swats that ball into the cardboard student section. Hurt right in the middle of the paint. That shot is going to go wide, and we're going to come up empty out of that timeout. I'm a little concerned. We got to say this, yeah, is exactly what's being described here on the infographic. There, you see the Syracuse win over Notre Dame. They were down by 20, and Boeheim travels, so it's a turnover here by Syracuse. And for those reading lips, Jim Boeheim disagreed with that call, but didn't quite. He had some words. He had some words for the refs on that. Hurt's going to shoot for 3 again. That shot off the front iron. Rebound on the weak side is Mark Williams. Right place, right time. Just being taller than everybody else gets the putback, offensive board, and the second chance opportunity. Is Roach going to get him to drive left here? Drive baseline? Yes. And they're going to call a foul on Roach. Only 4 fouls so far for Duke, only 1 for Syracuse. Pretty clean game. This game's gone by pretty quickly. Started just after the top of the hour. And Duke has Dolezaj there, or Buddy Boeheim corners. Dolezaj tries to put up 2. Guerrier there with the rebound, and now Griffin back to Guerrier as Mark Williams continues to block it. And they're going to call a shooting foul? Oh, come on. Wait, what? Oh. They're thinking that no. They're thinking that this is goaltending, and it is not. Or they just call a foul here. Syracuse now Quincy Guerrier at the line misses. Wait, but they didn't add a foul. Yeah, Hurt actually missed. It's crazy. Even Hurt is human, I suppose. And Syracuse missed them both. Syracuse has missed 3 out of 4 free throws for a team that's shooting 80%. They're best in school history. They lead the ACC in free throw percentage and are 6th in the nation. They've missed 3 out of 4. Beautiful mid-range jump shot there by DJ Stewart. Getting Duke back into rhythm here. 13 for DJ. Alan Griffin driving straight to the rack, and that'll be a finish as Stewart got beat off the dribble. I have to say that's probably the biggest area of improvement for both of our guards. Defense, on ball, dribble drive penetration defense. Because Roach got killed against UVA on just penetration there and getting beat off the dribble. Hurt absolutely has to get fouled here, and he does. Hurt's going to go to the free throw line. Foul is on Griffin. That's his first. Hurt going to go to the free throw line now, where I hope he won't miss. Yep, he's got the first. Duke closing in on putting up 50 in the first half. And Hurt has both at the free throw line here. He's at 10, the third Blue Devil in double figures now. Stewart with 13, Roach with 12, and Hurt with 10. And Goldwire has hit the deck, and Mark Williams comes over. That's going to be a foul. Foul against Mark Williams, although Syracuse's Braswell cannot convert. And so he will have to earn them both at the free throw line, where Syracuse has been poor tonight. Second foul on Mark Williams so far. Braswell connects on the first. And Braswell going to go for the second, and he gets them both. Trading free throws, Duke and Syracuse. Pace of the game has slowed down considerably here. We were just running up and down the court here as Brakefield is now back in. And Brakefield's pass over to Goldwire. Goldwire trying to call timeout. No, it's going to be a jump ball. Possession will keep it with Duke. Cuse will be next on the alternating possession. But Duke with an opportunity. The pass from Brakefield in the corner to Goldwire was not good. Goldwire to Stewart, over to Roach, and Roach thought about getting it to Brakefield, but just takes a mid-range floater, and that is pure. What a weapon, that mid-range floater. If he is able to develop that, that's so nice. Trey Jones had a really nice one, and his brother Tyus had a really nice one too. Brakefield beat off the dribble again, as Richmond so far continues his hot scoring streak against the Blue Devils. It's a 16-point margin with 20 seconds here to go. And Duke is content to just burn this first half and take the final shot. And Stewart, Brakefield with the putback. Brakefield now finally on the board with 2. Syracuse's shot goes wide right at the halftime buzzer. And Duke is going to take an 18-point lead into the halftime locker room. 16 assists on 20 made field goals and 10 3-point makes, which is a season high for a half here for the Blue Devils, are the impressive stats. And Dolishai just looking up the scoreboard saying, what the hell is going on? They're getting blitzed right now, but of course, Syracuse not one to go quietly. So, a very, very good looking 16 minutes there of basketball. Syracuse managing to get itself slightly back into it, but a blistering pace there in the first half, as basically we played the entire half of basketball in about 40 minutes of real time, which is so was great for us. 11 points off the turnovers there for Duke, and so far, so good. I gotta like the momentum, how we're playing here. This is looking good. Duke is looking so much better. So much better. Let's take a look at some of our key stats here. The interesting piece about Syracuse too, you see like on the scoreboard here that we have on the screen, they don't they're a little shallow in terms of like their roster. Duke's roster's got about 2 more bodies there than the Syracuse one. They really don't rotate that many people. It's got 3, 6. It's like an 8-man rotation, 7, 8-man rotation, and it's like Jesse Edwards there, number 14, hasn't seen any action. Joseph Girard has played, but it has no points. So Syracuse is a team with not a lot of depth. Fortunately for them, they haven't actually gotten into much foul trouble, so they don't really need to rely on the depth all that much. But let's make sure we've got all the stats as accurate as possible for you. There were, I believe, 6 team fouls in that first half. See, Coleman's got the 6th one there, so 6 and only 2 on the side of Syracuse. It's Wendell Moore currently. So we got 3 Blue Devils so far in double figures. We got Jeremy Roach with 14, DJ Stewart with 13, and Matthew Hurt with 10. And the 3-point shooting is the piece that's just really been impressive. Roach is a perfect 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. DJ Stewart is 3 of 6, Moore 1 of 3, and Hurt is 2 of 4. So actually the best 3-point shooter so far tonight has been Jeremy Roach here. And Roach is actually perfect from the floor. He has one additional floater 2-pointer there that went as well. The other piece, both Moore and Stewart, 4 assists apiece. Roach and Goldwire have 3 assists, and Hurt has 2. So if we count them up, 16 assists so far for the Blue Devils here on, 20 made shots? 5, 10, 18, 19 made shots. Let's see what the team stat is here in a sec. We're trying to do math in public off the get-go. Field goals, yeah, Duke. 20 made field goals on and 16 assists. So as we said earlier, this team is finally starting to gel. It's finally clicking. It finally gets it. It's playing its best basketball of the season, and I think finally that the gents here have finally figured out each other's tendencies and how Duke basketball should be played. And that's where we're at. We are actually tied on the rebounding as well. We actually lost the rebounding margin against UVA. Still managed to win the game, but did lose the rebounding margin. Duke 10 of 18 from 3. 10 of 18. We've hit as many 3-point shots as we've hit 2-point shots, because we've only hit 20. So 10 from each. Even split there. And Syracuse 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Duke 2 of 2. The other big piece of the story has been the turnovers here. Actually, well, it's really more the storyline is the points off of the turnovers. Duke with 7 turnovers, Syracuse with 6. However, Duke managing to turn the 6 Syracuse turnovers into 11 points. Basically, Duke scoring almost 2 points off of every Syracuse turnover, which basically means it's a bucket every time. We're making them pay for every single turnover that they've had. Syracuse on the other side, only 6 points on the 7 Duke turnovers, so their average is less than a point per turnover. So a lot of those probably not coming in the open court, not a lot of transition, or at least Duke being able to get back at it. This is an interesting result here. I didn't actually see Texas Tech. Kansas beat Texas Tech here 67-61. So the Jayhawks, which were also on the slide, by the way, looking stronger. Both Kansas and Duke kind of turning around here late in the season. The ESPN crew just talking about Cade Cunningham, presumptive #1 pick. I actually haven't gotten an opportunity to really watch one of his games. Should be fun to watch in the tournament. That was another sad part about missing the tournament last year was all the folks that we didn't get to see. Like I would have loved to see Obi Toppin play, for instance. I was out at Dayton. Also kind of interesting. The second chance points for Syracuse 16 and points in the paint 18. So Duke getting beat in the paint. Doing all the damage from the outside. Or it doesn't seem like it's been that big of a deal. I also didn't think our second chance points were that, like, I thought we were getting opportunities off the second chance points, but I guess not. On the Syracuse side, it's Richmond here as the only one into double figures. Trying to see. There's no foul trouble on the Syracuse side. Merrick Dolezaj with 7, and then Buddy Boeheim with his 2 3-point shots, giving him 6. That's really the only interesting pieces of this. Remember, it was Griffin, Dolezaj, and Boeheim as the trio of Syracuse scorers that are averaging about 15 points per game. But it's actually Kadari Richmond tonight that is keeping Syracuse in this game. Just gonna quick check. So this is, I've got the interesting. Richmond isn't even. I'm looking through the Syracuse program here. Yeah, Kadari Richmond is a freshman for Syracuse, averaging 6.7 points per game, and he's currently leading Syracuse with 13. So go figure. Go figure. Timothy asking like, what's going on with Goldwire this season? Actually, so Goldwire, some interesting pieces about Goldwire here. Not the, I guess a lot of people think that Goldwire for some reason is having a down year because he like doesn't score many points, but that's not really what he's in the game to do. Goldwire has the ACC's best assist to turnover ratio. So that's why I was mentioning like when he turned the ball over earlier this game, that's actually really shocking. It's like not a thing. He takes very good care with the ball, and then his on-ball defense, especially at the guard position, kind of like you think back to last year's team and the year before that, where Trey Jones, if you had a player on the opposing team that you're just like, I need to shut this person down, you put Trey Jones on them. And really, Goldwire is what that spot, like what that position is right now for this team. Because he steals, he gets steals, and he just plays really good defense. And it may not always be that he like comes up with, scoring 20 points for you. I mean, he hasn't scored so far tonight. Let me look back at some of these. Against UVA, he had 4. Against Wake Forest, 5. Against NC State, 4. Against UNC, 7. Miami, 5. Yeah, so he's like, he's not going to go out and get you, like, he might not even go out and get you 10 points. But he's going to get you steals. He's going to get you turnovers. He's going to get you opportunities. And he's going to play some good defense. Contrast the defense that Goldwire plays with that of Roach and Stewart, and you see why, like you see Roach and Stewart getting beat off the screens, getting beat off the dribble a lot. That's kind of, but with Goldwire, that doesn't really happen. So he's definitely the guy there that can, that's there to help us out to be our defensive specialist. Whew, getting tired here on Monday afternoon. We got about, my guess would be about 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes left here before we resume action. We went to the break right around 7:44, 7:45. So should be getting back into it. Duke in a favorable spot here. Again, we did this against Wake. We did this against NC State. The difference between those two games was that in the Wake Forest game, we actually extended the lead in the second half and ended up winning by a bigger margin than what we went into the locker room with. Against NC State, we basically played that entire second half even. The game really slowed down. The team's not really putting their foot down on the pedal here. So I'm interested to see which version of Duke comes out in the second half. A lot of emotion in that UVA win, carried well into the first half of this Syracuse game. Let's see if Duke can manage to sustain that. This is again their third game in 5 days. So at some point it might be a little taxed. And this is when the Cameron Crazies would help. Burning through the last set of commercials here. For those of you looking to find the game itself, make sure to jump into Discord. We got the game streaming for you there. You can feel free to watch and then join us back here on the YouTube channel to carry on the conversation. And Discord link here, assuming I can actually paste it, and paste that there into the chat. So interestingly enough, we were there was that big stat about Duke 16 assists on 20 made baskets here in the first half. In the game against UVA, Duke finished with 16 assists on 26 made baskets. So our ratio tonight is actually higher than what it was in the UVA game. Granted, the scoring total, so the denominator of that is a little lower because that game's scoring total was it was just 66, right? And we're already closing in on, we're at 52. So we're definitely going to get more than 66 points tonight. But 16 assists on 26 made buckets, 16 assists on 20 made buckets so far in the first half tonight. The assist game has been on point. And basically here, Duke averaging almost 18 assists per game over the last 5 games. So even in the losses, we're starting to play that much better team basketball. And I think we're finally realizing that's turning into, it's been a process, but that is turning into results right now. Oh, hey, Jigglypuff in the chat. Thank you for joining us. What's up, everybody? This second half should kick off here shortly. And I'm pretty sure we'll be underway in just a second. Thanks, everybody, here for joining us on this Monday evening. Hope you've been having a pretty good Monday so far. Happy start to the week. So far, so good here for our Blue Devils in the first half of ball. You wore the Duke jersey today, nice. So if you've been wearing your Duke jersey for the last several games, then you could consider that Duke good luck. Don't take it off. Just recounting some of the replays here of the three-point shooting barrage from the outside. Duke hot from beyond the arc. 56% from three, shooting 10 of 18, and Syracuse is going to start with possession here in the second half. Buddy Boeheim is trying to give that up to Griffin, who got caught in the air, just had to hand it over. Almost a turnover by Syracuse, but Griffin with the up and under is going to score the first points of the second half for the Syracuse Orange. There, Frank Martin finally joining us here in chat. Duke up big yet again, indeed. They had a significant first half. Matthew Hurt with a heat check finally missed, but a beautiful putback by Mark Williams. The tip by DJ Stewart, I think technically counts as an assist. And we've been wrecking those up like crazy here tonight. Mark Williams now into double figures himself. Good help defense there. Mark Williams goes straight up, does no foul, and now the rebound. Spectacular defense on Gourier as he went straight up. That is totally, you can leave your feet as long as you are straight up, as long as you are vertical. Roach misses there on the floater. Right idea, didn't quite get it to go, and now fouls from behind. The wall by Mark Williams comes over to help, and then the great footwork, he goes straight up and just changes the shot. Quincy Gourier thinks he has this. Great strength down low here by Williams. And Syracuse misses another free throw. Kadari Richmond with a miss. Frank Martin's got the opinions there in chat to removing the NBA ego. I mean, you could have said but we didn't say that about Zion. We didn't say that about RJ. We didn't say that about Cam. So it may just be a Jalen kind of thing. Maybe, just not the right fit, unfortunately. And this is going to be attempted entry pass by Wendell Moore as Dolezaj can't intercept it. Now you shoot 10 or 12. Yeah. The three-point shooting has improved drastically. Again, there's the stat. Syracuse shooting 80% from free throws and is now 3 of 8 tonight. So nothing really quite going right for the Orange as they find themselves in an 18-point deficit here in Cameron. Swing to the outside, and it's Stewart. Syracuse Orange zone trying to rotate around, and Stewart, Richmond tries to box that one out, and we have a kicked ball. As Gourier thinks he's playing football out there. The football. Yeah. Not only sniping the zone, but also throwing alley-oops over the zone, too. Beating the zone in every possible way that you could beat the zone. And it's a turnover, unfortunately, here. Syracuse out in transition, and they're going to get an easy 2. And that's Gourier there with the steal. A little bit of a sloppy play there. Duke's got to get this thing right. Don't want to leave the door open for Syracuse, who just put on a 20-point comeback against Notre Dame. We do not want to fall victim to that. And DJ Stewart's going to go for 3, and I thought that was good, but this one's even better because Mark Williams goes up with a 7'5" wingspan and throws it down. Like, the ball didn't even have a chance to come down. It didn't get below the rim. He just goes up and puts it in. This should be a travel or a jump ball, and this is possession to Duke. Great defense by Hurt. Look at this putback. The ball doesn't even come down. Mark Williams just takes it off the backboard. Oh, my God. Are you kidding? That's insane. Holy cow, get out of here. This kid, I hope we keep Mark Williams around for 2 to 3 years because you put another 15 pounds on that frame, oh my God, it's going to be so impressive. He already he's shown a lot here in the minutes that he's played, in the games that he's played this season. He has pretty good footwork as a base to start and to build on. Footwork so important for a big man. You saw the footwork. Zion had sensational footwork. Okafor had great footwork. The three-pointer by Syracuse, no good, and Williams comes down with the rebound. And now it's DJ Stewart on transition. Are we going to get a highlight dunk? No, we're just going to get a layup. Actually, it's going to be an and one. Stewart, coast to coast. Duke in transition, making it happen. And Duke's got the 20-point lead back into its grasp here. Stewart eyeing this up the entire way. That's a foul on Richmond. Well done by Stewart. Whoop! Great presence of mind, good finish. So in this case, what I really like about this one is DJ wasn't waiting for the foul. Stewart was going to finish that play whether there was a foul or not, and as a result, he ends up getting an and one for his efforts. There's a lot of times you see these college players go in and they'll like hesitate or they'll stop and they'll try to get fouled instead of just going and making the bucket. And that's a charge. That's a charge. That's a charge. It's absolutely a charge. Charge against Griffin as Williams stood in there. Actually, no, sorry. Not a charge. He's in the restricted area. I got excited. Henry Coleman gets called for a block. This is a block because he's in the restricted area. Thought about that for a sec. I was like, no, can't happen. But it wasn't a shooting foul because he gave the ball up, so that's blocked, actually. Buddy Boeheim gets this blocked, and Syracuse is going to have to re-inbound. 11 seconds on the shot clock here for the Orange. Oh, and actually, they have a really quick restart. I basically missed it. Duke fell asleep, and so did I. Duke has 59. I guess Stewart's got there. Hurt trying to drive baseline, gets cut off by the Syracuse double team. Wendell Moore is got it, and the assist from Hurt. Wendell Moore with a little floater, and that's a perfect shot. Perfect way to break it down. He did have an option to kick it outside, but ends up just taking the easy two. And so far, Duke and Syracuse just trading buckets here. Coleman, ooh, Hurt, nice swipe. Dolezaj outside of Richmond, and Richmond being worked on by Moore. Richmond still trying to make it happen. He traveled, steps, move the pivot foot, absolutely. Great defense by Wendell Moore. And that's our under 6 timeout, so we've got a stoppage in play here. We have 4 Blue Devils now into double figures, the 4th one joining them, Mark Williams with 12 points on perfect 6 of 6 shooting today. Of course, the 6 haven't actually been shots, they've just been dunks, which is about as high percentage as you get. No problems there with me. Spectacular play. It's a great performance tonight by Mark Williams, who not only has the points, but I'm pretty sure he's got the blocks too here. 2 blocks so far for Williams as well. A very, very overall very efficient. 5 rebounds, 12 points. Looking good here. And DJ Stewart doesn't have, hold on. Let me refresh and make sure the point totals are correct. Something's not updated correctly. Stewart has 15. Roach 14-2. Huh? That doesn't add up. Why is my stats feed so wrong all the time? 5 points for Wendell, 12 for Williams. Yeah, no, I'm right. I'm right. Stats feed was wrong. 61-40. Duke in front. Who's my Mount Rushmore of all-time Blue Devils? Oh my goodness. That means that there's only 4, right? Yikes. I can do the recent ones. It's hard for me to go back in time because I didn't. There's definitely a recency bias because like I've been in. I like the ones that like I got to watch in person when I was an undergrad and then back in grad school. So like since like 2008, I mean Shire is definitely up there. Zion was spectacular. Who else? Oh, Tyus. for like Tyus would be up there for sure. Um, so yeah, if I had to put a team together, Tyus, Johnny, Nolan is pretty close too. That's tough to leave out. Zion Wood, and then I mean your center is going to be like Okafor's probably going to be in center. Although Vernon Carey actually underrated at the center. Um, oh, welcome back, Jigglypuff. Hey, Caden. Um, underrated at the. I think Vernon Carey actually underrated at the center position. I didn't get to see as much of Kyrie Irving as we would have liked, unfortunately. I was also a big fan of Grayson Allen because he played 4 years. I saw at least 2 of those years in person. Um, I liked. I mean, I loved his toughness. I liked his leadership. It was just really unfortunate that game there against Kansas that denied us the Final Four. Um, so I don't think Zion would be the center. I think Zion would be like the 4. Um, Zion isn't really like a straight up 5. He's kind of like a positionless player, honestly. Like he could probably go like 3 through 5. Like I wouldn't call him a guard. um, but I mean, yeah, I'd be like if you gotta go like back, like the um like Battier, Boozer, or like those 4s and 5s. I mean, obviously you'd have to put Leitner in there. If you went really back, this is Buddy Boeheim drilling 3 again. He's got 3 of 3. I mean, like folks from the 90-91 team, like you could put Hurley and Leitner there, and so like you have to like have multiple. You could probably do like a Mount Rushmore for every decade of Duke. I think is kind of how you would have to go. Maybe not from like after they won the 2001 title to like the end of 2010. Like that was a little bit of a down year, a little bit of a down decade. But because like even like Jay Williams, right, he didn't have the best NBA career, but he was fantastic at Duke, and like I know JJ Redick would have to get a nod as Syracuse coming out with a full court press, actually going to try to speed up Duke here, but we do manage to get it over the timeline. Duke with its ball handlers out on the court right now. It's Goldwire, Jordan, Wendell Moore, Goldwire, Roach, Moore, Hurt, and Williams. Duke kind of slowing things down just a little bit. Really got to try to get this into more there, the ACC, but can't quite do it. And then it's a Mark Williams has to put up a crazy shot. It does hit the rim. Duke will reset the shot clock, and Hurt is blocked from behind by Braswell. Oh boy, that's unfortunate. I thought he got fouled. And Dolezaj, oh, hard foul! Oh man, that looked really tough. I'm surprised Dolezaj can even get up. Holy cow! What? Yo, Hurt took him to the floor. This is a really hard foul. I mean, it's a total basketball play. There's nothing flagrant or like malicious about this. Like Hurt is trying to block this shot. Ooh. Wow. I'm surprised Dolezaj gets up here. Because I can tell you, my brother would not have gotten up. Whew. Oh, yeah, that's true. He also took the Zion Williams to the charge by Zion, so I guess he's used to it. And he makes both of his free throws. Hurt trying to inbound here. Syracuse with the press, and Syracuse turns Duke over. And damn. As Syracuse now turns it over themselves as Buddy Boeheim steps on the sideline there as he's trying to gather. So turnovers by each team. And it resets everything here. Dolezaj averaging 11 points per game. He's on 9 so far. Goldwire careful to not dribble himself into a corner. Roach over to Hurt. Hurt's going to put up 3. His foot was on the line, and actually it's just a 2. His foot was on the line. Long range two-point shot right before the Syracuse Orange could get set up. Will the women's team start up next season? Yeah, absolutely. Like any COVID related pauses, it's just like a one season thing. It's not like women's basketball is over at Duke. Like it's just a temporary 1-year thing. Griffin for 3. And trading buckets here as the Duke lead remains 15, and Duke out in transition. Assist Goldwire to Moore. But so far, Syracuse actually favoring, I think, this higher tempo. Just try to make the game one of more possessions. Buddy Boeheim trying to go in. Yes. Boeheim's shot falls. Tough shot there. And Goldwire going to try to alley-oop to Williams. Williams gets pinned outside. Williams trying to go behind the back. Oh, and it goes off Goldwire's leg, but it lands up in the hands of Matthew Hurt. Right place, right time. Easy dunk for Hurt. He's got 14, and Duke is ahead by 17. That was kind of lucky. And it's going to be a wide open three-point shot for Syracuse here as Gourier connects. So far, Syracuse and Duke trading buckets. But Syracuse getting the better of it as they've so far traded threes for twos. And the Duke lead is 14. Wendell Moore can't quite get the shot to go. The putback by Williams is no good, and Syracuse has really sped this game up and is actually working out in their favor. Moore with a hand and can't quite get it to go. The shot by Boeheim is no good, and the rebound cannot be corralled by Williams. As entertaining as this is, just up and down the floor, it's a little worrisome because I think Syracuse has kind of found something here. They're not actually. Neither team is able to set up any defense. Syracuse managing to finally hit some shots. I think they were like 1 of 4 from 3 in the first half. They've managed to hit at least 2 or 3 of them here in the second. Joseph Garrard now in, and finally we see some half-court offense and some defense here as Alan Griffin is going to go for deep, and that shot is short off the front iron. Rebound down to Goldwire, and now it's a 5-on-4 as DJ Stewart puts up 3. That's off the back iron, and rebound down to Wendell. Wendell's probably better off to just sit on this for a second here, set something up, and they do. Syracuse in its zone. Yeah, see, Duke hasn't hit a three-point shot this second half. We've cooled off, but Goldwire's going to go for 3. Oh, Goldwire's going to get it. Break that streak there. Huge three-point shot just as Syracuse was trying to bite back into this thing. Let's see if we can get a defensive stop. And that's poor defense by Gourier, but that's off the back iron and hits the rim twice. Doesn't go. The putback by Griffin does. And Duke once again in transition. Alley-oop. Way easy. Williams with 16 points, assist from Stewart to Williams, and it's a track meet. This game is literally a track meet. It's just up and down the floor. You don't want to play defense? We don't want to play defense either. Sure, let's just put the ball in the bucket. And rebound there by Williams. Really tough rebound there as Syracuse is hitting the deck. 2 Syracuse defenders run into one another, and we finally have a stoppage in play here. Woo! 17 points is the difference. Let's check in on chat with them. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. It's just been a bit of a crazy sequence here these last 4 minutes. And once again, if you need to find the game itself, jump into the Discord. I'll post the link here. There's the link in chat. Thanks, everybody, for joining us so far tonight. And Adrian Goodshield, thank you very much for the subscription on the YouTube side of things. Much appreciated. We're closing in on that 500 number, which is really exciting and for the channel. And if you're hanging out and loving Duke and enjoying being here, please consider hitting that sub button for us. It really helps the channel grow. Let's see. So let's get to Timothy's question. What do you think of the new coach? I was surprised they didn't send our previous coach from early. Hold on. So I have to double check that one. It is she was a well-known hire. So the old, yeah, Carol Lawson, that was right. So Joanne, yeah, Macaulay, right, was even when I was at school, like you always like. I heard things weren't quite right with the old coach. There was like, I don't think it was ever quite clicking. And I thought there was something about like mistreatment of players or something within that program. Anyway, stuff was weird. So like they had to move on. Like Carol Lawson, the name is familiar because she used to be the ESPN commentator. That's why. That's where we know her from. And former champion here. Yeah. I think what's interesting now, interesting that this move was made this year. Remember when Kevin White, the athletic director, uh, was still because he's going to retire at the end of the season. Well, he'll retire at this like his retirement will go to effect at the start of next season. But he made this hire, so he's quite good. So I'll have to go ahead and trust Kevin White on this one. But I'd be interesting to see how if this program. What's interesting is that the women's program has always been they haven't quite put the pieces together to be able to bring it all home. Like it's just it seems like and that it's a little different than men's basketball because there seems to be a lot more parity within the men's game. Um, they've been competitive. They've been competitive, but unfortunately, they just haven't had the same success uh, late in the season, like in the tournament, right? Um, and it would be fantastic if they were able to do that. All right, resuming play here. Duke and Syracuse going up and down the court, but Duke maintaining a 17-point advantage so far. Finally, a bit of a half-court game here. Stewart going to give it to Roach. Back to Stewart. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Flashing into the center of the zone is Hurt. Hurt goes up and over, and Hurt misses, but he gets fouled. So Hurt will go to the line to shoot two, and that's Gerard with his first. Yeah, so like there's like perennial teams, right? Where like NC State is usually strong. Of course, Notre Dame, UConn. Mississippi State was strong for a couple of years. I remember when I was in school. Um, Maryland, I think, is another name that's usually up there that always talked. Stanford, of course, always talked about. It's unfortunate that Duke isn't quite in that conversation on the women's side of things. Um, but it'd be amazing if they were. They just have to like get the breakthrough and like get that that Final Four, um, or that national title, like be in that national title game, and that really helps recruiting, which I think is where a lot of where a lot of the future success comes in, right? You just have to have that one breakthrough. Syracuse now playing finally some half-court offense as Dolezaj tries to flash into the paint, and Williams is there to cover. Williams going to not come up with the rebound, but the ball is out against Syracuse. It was out on Syracuse, rather. Robert Braswell tried to corral that as it was going out on the rebound, but could not. Hurt to inbound, and Syracuse maintaining the full court pressure. Ball into the hands of Williams, which is probably not the person you want handling the ball. Matthew Hurt picks up his dribble there. Careful. We've got 4 seconds to get it across the timeline, and the Blue Devils do, so avoiding the turnover. Duke trying to kill some time off the clock at this point, which is probably the right move here. We're looking to really start the offense at around 10 seconds on the shot clock, and we've got a putback there by Williams. The missed shot the missed shot there by DJ Stewart, and Mark Williams just too big. And he's got 16 on the night as we have a Syracuse offensive foul on Griffin, and Roach comes up with it. Yeah, again here on the replay, another spectacular pass out down low. Remember the game against Virginia, where Williams got himself pinned into the underneath the basket next to the baseline. He ends up passing it essentially behind his back to a cutting Wendell Moore. Another really great, as we look into the future for Mark Williams, another great valuable trait is that vision, especially from a big man. He seems to really have the toolkit. He just needs some time to put it together. Goldwire, talking about putting it together. Man, Goldwire here with another three-pointer, and Duke now firmly in control. The lead stretching out to 23. So Duke has taken the Syracuse punch and punched right back. Damn. I gotta say, I'm really loving this team right now. Blocked from behind by Stewart against Boeheim, but Boeheim gets it back. This has been a complete turnaround in the last 2 weeks. And Duke is just going to dribble the air out of it here. 8:50 to go, and Duke in no rush. Next game for us, I think this one is going to be in hand. Got to finish it out, but I think this game's in hand. You can pass it to Roach right now, and he can actually take 3 if he wants to. He's going to take a higher percentage shot. Actually, Williams gets blocked from behind. That was going to be the higher percentage shot if Williams could have just dunked it. Unfortunately, cannot. Guerrier gets it to Joel Ajay, who actually took steps before he dribbled, but okay. I guess we're going to let that go. 3-point shot by Braswell is no good. The putback by Dolage is. Is there an app outside of ESPN just for Duke Athletics? There is a base. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. DJ Stewart. 19 points so far on the night. He's hit again for 3. Yes, the answer is... If I can find it here. I'll find it for you in... It's literally called Duke Blue Devils on the App Store. And it looks like this. It basically is just the Go Duke website in a mobile app form. So if you just search Duke Blue Devils on the App Store, it should come up. That's the official one. And it basically has the functionality you would find on the website. So it's like all the news articles and such. But Duke 81-59. I gotta just double check one more. Rod Stewart Williams. Yeah, Williams has 14. Actually, I think Williams is up to a double-double right now. This might be his first career. Williams has 16 points so far. Hurts got 15. That's the one I messed up. DJ Stewart with 19 to lead all Duke scorers. Mark Williams with 16. Roach 14. Or Hurt 15 and Roach 14. Wow. Next potential one is Wendell Moore. He's got 7 right now. But yeah, Mark Williams here with the double-double, 16 and 10. My guess is that it's his first double-double in Duke, like in his Duke career. And I'm probably right about that. If it's not his first, it's his second. But he's 8 of 10 from the field. Very, very efficient. 80%. Yeah. So there you go. If that's the app that you were looking for, that's the one. They usually like post post-game news conferences go there by both coaches and players, and then like some of the game day articles and the game day news that sometimes I use to prep for the stream are also there. And yeah, thanks everybody once again for joining us here on this Monday afternoon. Another really good-looking performance here for our Blue Devils after the big win against UVA on Saturday. Duke out to a 22-point lead. We took a 19-point lead into the halftime locker room. We have since extended it. Syracuse got as close as 13 points here at about the 15-minute mark of the second half, and Duke has just been cranking since then. The three-point shots are absolutely just falling for the Blue Devils here, who have never looked better than this latest stretch of 4 games, starting after the UNC game into NC State, Wake, UVA, and now Syracuse. Duke with an impressive 13 of 25 from beyond the arc, which is 52%. And that percentage was actually better in the first half. We have gone a little cold here in the second, but still doing very well shooting the ball. Overall field goal percentage of 58% as we are now back live under 8 minutes to go with 7:39 left on the clock. Syracuse to inbound under their basket, and Joseph Girard with the ball handling duties for the Orange, who's going to try to drive baseline. Honestly, I thought he probably could have put up the reverse layup there. Good defense by Moore as 4 seconds on the shot clock, and Dolezaj has to put something up. It goes over the backboard and over the rim rather, and Roach comes down with the rebound. So the Syracuse Orange coming up empty out of the media timeout. That's gotta hurt. Stewart trying to get it to Goldwire here in the middle, and Roach gets that deflected there by Kadary Richmond, and we will have an inbound play by Stewart. Louisville should be scared watching this. I think anyone honestly should be scared watching this. Duke playing its best basketball of the season. This team looks much different than it did even 2 weeks ago, let alone a month ago when we came out of that Christmas break. Goldwire is going to take a deep three. That's going to hit the front iron. Didn't quite have the range on it. Missed it by a few inches to the right, and he would have had it here. And Kadary Richmond so far, he does not get fouled. Turns out I thought he probably had, if they had called a foul, I would not have been surprised on that one. 6:30 to go here, and Duke won't initiate any offense really until about 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Syracuse has also called off the full court press as we have a kicked ball, which will reset the shot clock to 20 seconds. Oh, wow. Timothy is saying there's the Barnstorm Tour, ACC senior players against all the high schoolers. Oh, wow. That's probably a bit of an uneven matchup unless they split the teams up, where they say some ACC seniors and put the high schoolers in. They mix and match. I can't imagine that the incoming freshman would quite match up unless it was the folks like Zion. But interesting. Yeah, Zubek, nice. Curious that Shire didn't go. Yeah, my guess would be most people that go to the NBA probably don't show up for that. But it actually hasn't been all that bad for Syracuse. They've got 4 players in double figures. Duke also has 4 players in double figures. It just happens that our double figure scorers are scoring about 50% higher than the Syracuse ones. We've also gotten a few contributions from players coming in off the bench. Stewart still with 19. He is knocking on the door of a 20-point game. DJ Stewart, the ACC's leading freshman scorer, who has been the ACC's leading freshman scorer for the past several weeks, looking like he's going to be continuing that streak here. And ever since we did the videos on the incoming freshmen that are on the channel, it was really Jalen Johnson being the top NBA draft prospect, but DJ Stewart there is the close second, who we definitely had some thoughts that, based on how the season went, that DJ might be a candidate for also going to the NBA, assuming that he got his minutes and that he was productive. And he's definitely so far looking that way. Oh yeah, with Tyler Hansbrough, that's funny. I remember Tyler Hansbrough and Ty Lawson actually My first UNC game was their senior season, so that might be kind of when you're talking the 2008 2009 season there. We were actually winning at halftime by probably a half dozen points or so, maybe 3 to 6 points. And then Hansbrough and Lawson came out and just kind of wrecked us there in the second half. Definitely a tale of two halves. That was Greg Paulus' senior season. I do remember that vividly. Getting back and ready to go here. Actually, one of the reasons perhaps that Syracuse playing this zone defense, you really don't see it very much in college basketball, and it really trips a lot of teams up. The zone does, but Duke so accustomed to it, really because of I think perhaps of the relationship between Kay and Boeheim and their time spent in USA basketball, where they've implemented the zone with some of the NBA players. As Dolezaj gets another two, and Duke has even played some zone in several years. Was it Grayson's junior year, senior year? Duke almost played exclusively zone. They just too many freshmen didn't have the manpower to go into that man to man, and so Duke really has, Duke has the orange playbook for sure, and should be well seasoned to be able to beat the Syracuse orange the defense. It's a held ball here. Possession will keep the ball with Duke. Duke actually having won 6 of the 10 regular season meetings against Syracuse when Syracuse has been in the ACC. And this play out of bounds is one that we have seen all season long. Sometimes it's coming off a curl, sometimes it's a straight run here. DJ Stewart comes in and he's got that baseline jump shot, which was a beauty. We saw that at the end of the UVA game. It was the second to last shot that Duke made, and now we see it again here. And now DJ Stewart's got 21 points. A good defensive possession for Duke. Lands the balls in the hand of Wendell Moore. And Duke resets. Wendell Moore there at the middle of the zone in the ACC logo. It's great discipline. Now Hurt in that ACC logo, and Hurt actually missed the shot. Wow. Okay. Hurt missed that mid-range jump shot. He's cooled off a little bit. In and out for Syracuse. A one-and-done trip. On that end of the floor, no offensive rebound, and as Syracuse looks like they know their fate has been sealed. A lot of hands-on shorts here. Both teams just really content. Syracuse knows that Duke is just going to run this thing out here on them. 4:30 to go. Get it down low. Oh my God. Mark Williams, that should be an and one. Mark Williams just powers through 2 Syracuse Orange defenders and manages to score anyway. It just doesn't matter. Who are you going to keep throwing at Williams? Who cares? 18 points is his career high. Now he's got an extra block. Actually, they're going to call that. I don't know what they're going to call it. They're going to stop it. They might call that a foul. I got excited there for a second. Mark Williams, 18 points, 11 rebounds. Haven't seen much of Joey Baker at all today. Saw him in earlier while Brakefield had some foul trouble. And Brakefield, he's got 2 points, but we haven't seen much of him either. I just wonder if Brakefield and Baker will come in for these last 4 minutes here. Syracuse at the line gets the first. Substitutions here for both sides, as Kadary Richmond at the free throw line shooting his second and does connect. 15 points for the Syracuse freshman tonight. And Syracuse actually is doing this full court pressure. Henry Coleman trying to go up with it off the pass from DJ Stewart. Coach K calling the out of bounds play right here. Let's see if they bring somebody off the curl again. No, they're just going to toss it right back out to the half court line. Arian Survey. Survey. How do they look tonight? Sensational. This team looked really good. Um, this team has looked like continued to improve and just, I mean, it's a 22-point lead. It was a 19-point lead at halftime. Basically, we've played this thing even, but they even withheld. The most impressive piece of this thing was that Syracuse really took a swing at us about in the first, I'd say after the 16 minute timeout, between that 16 and 12 minute mark, Syracuse really took a swing at Duke here. They were going full court press. They were really upping the tempo of the game, and we withstood the entire Syracuse run, and then just basically extended the extended the lead from there. Now we're back up to 22. So I think that piece was the most impressive, especially coming off of a 20-point comeback win against Notre Dame. Syracuse probably thought they had this thing. They could do it again. And Duke said, absolutely not. And yes, Mark Williams having an absolute monster game from the get-go. He was actually the first to score for Duke off an alley-oop pass. He had another 2 easy dunks right off the get, which got him totally into rhythm. He's got his career high of 18 and the 11 rebounds. So the double-double for him, and just a great game for Mark Williams. Was there any that you didn't like? Any that I didn't. I'm not so sure that's the right question. I would say there are some of them that drove me crazy. Like, just like out of you see like, oh my god, like what are you doing? Like, come on. Like, and what's his name? Oh my god. The guard. That guard that went in the decided to go for the draft, and I was like, there is no way this kid is a first round draft pick at all. He had that one good game against Florida State. Holy hell, what is it? I can't even remember. It wasn't Thornton. Maybe it was. It was a couple. Dude, that's it. Yes, Duval. Duval. I think it was Duval. Yeah. Yeah, he had like that one game against Florida State and everybody, but like he couldn't shoot free throws. He couldn't hit 3-point shots. And like he made terrible decisions with the basketball that just resulted into turnovers. Like as a guard, you have like your job is to take care of the ball and hit from the lines. And he could do neither. So like drove me nuts. Ended up going in the first round. I was like, there's no way. And maybe he's still in the G League. I don't know. It's unfortunate. It's honestly, it's unfortunate because like he needed to stay in school, but not at Duke. Ooh, great hands there by Hurt, and actually Syracuse foul gonna stop the play because Duke had a run out, and Wendell Moore's eyes lit up because he was going straight to the rack. Yeah, so he's in the G League. Drove me nuts. That one drove me nuts. Absolutely crazy. That's about it. Within like the last several years, yeah, that's really about it. Yeah, like, oh god, Matthew. Oh, Matthew misses that free throw. I thought Harry Giles never reached his potential in school, which was unfortunate. I got to watch him play in person a little bit, and just with the knee injuries and such, I think he's doing okay in the league now. Ooh, nice block from behind by Hurt. Another block by Coleman. Oh, it's a block party down low on the Duke end of the floor here. But yeah, unfortunately, Giles never really was able to get to how good he might have been in college, which was unfortunate. He was also, I mean, he had the ACLs, but he was also like injured while he was in school, so that's just an unfortunate situation. And there's several players who just like you see them in the NBA now, and you're like, damn. Why didn't you do that while you were like in school? Like it would have been really nice if you played that well while you were in college. But I mean that's the maturation progression process. Like I mean, Brandon Ingram was great while he was at Duke, but he's even better now that he's in the league. Tatum, same thing. I still never forgive him for drilling the ball off his foot at the NC State game. I mean, I saw it there from the baseline. Like I was under the hood. Like I saw it. I saw it happen. I was like, you got to be kidding. But like having a tremendous NBA career. So I think that might be the other like regretful piece. Like, man, I wish you were that good when you were in school. Obviously, Irving, we never got to see the full potential of Kyrie. And here's your stat line here for Mark Williams tonight. 18 points on 9 of 11 shooting, all of which are basically dunks, and 11 rebounds. His first career double-double. Congratulations to Mark Williams, who played a tremendous game tonight. And just really, Duke managing all the assists for Duke tonight, finding him in the right spots. His teammates put him in a position. His teammates put him in a position to succeed, and Williams is taking full advantage of it. So credit to him. He's definitely put in the work, getting more minutes. And Wendell, I think, wanted an alley-oop to Baker or Coleman. Miscommunication results in a Buddy Boeheim three-point shot. At this point, I don't think it's going to matter. Basically, there are like 3 or 4 possessions left in this game. And Goldwire, Duke gets fouled. Duke gets fouled, and it will be a 1-and-1. Yeah. All right, so time to think ahead, I suppose, because it is only Monday. Yee! Goldwire misses the free throw, but Coleman, right place, right time with the rebound. Can't get the putback to go. We almost had an extra 2 points there. Syracuse, Buddy Boeheim hits from 3 again. 14-point margin with a minute 40. Syracuse going to play the foul game here. Duke's going to put his free throw shooters back on the court. Like I don't think there's anything we can okay. Let's let this thing tick under let's let this thing tick under a minute before we go crazy. But if we are to give ourselves a look ahead, because they're talking about Carolina defeating Louisville 99-54, which is wow, their worst loss since 1939. Holy cow, that is 82 years. My goodness. Let's see if we can give them an equally bad loss when we play later this weekend. That game will be Saturday. That is a 6 p.m. game, and we will be back for that one. So I'm really interested for the revenge game against Louisville. We have them at home, and then we close the season at Georgia Tech and then at UNC. So final home game would be senior night in Cameron if things were normal, which unfortunately they're not. But so that would be Goldwire and actually Mike Buckmeyer, who is not a walk-on, is a scholarship player, doesn't get much playing time, was a former walk-on. Both seniors will be recognized that night. And so Duke inbounding here and trying to play a little bit of keep away as Syracuse has really extended its zone, trying to bring double teams, but Duke with the ball handlers on the court here. It's Stewart, Roach, Goldwire, Hurt, and Moore. So this basically starting lineup except for Williams as Moore puts up 3, but the shot doesn't go. So a minute to go, minute 6 here to go, and Syracuse is going to look for something quick. They've got to have a bucket, and here's Griffin for 3. That shot is in and out, and Duke with the rebound, and that is probably going to be the nail in the coffin for Syracuse. Thanks again to everybody for joining us here this evening. A great game by our Blue Devils. Thank you once again. Thank you, chat, for being so active. You always make this stream so easy and so much fun. So thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight as we tick here just under 30 seconds. Once again, hit that sub button and come back and join us on Saturday for the Louisville game. Terrible turnover by Roach. I don't know what he was thinking. The ball kind of just slipped out of his hand. Unfortunately, I don't have time to do highlights tonight. I still have work that I need to get back to. But we will see everybody back here on Saturday for the Louisville game. We're just going to walk this thing out. That is Duke's fourth straight win here, as they're saying, the longest one of the season, but Duke has never looked better. Our Blue Devils here, 85-71 against the Syracuse Orange behind a barrage of three-point shooting. A final three-point tally here of 13 of 29 shooting there, 45%, and an overall 53% from the field. A career high for Mark Williams with 18 points and 11 rebounds, his first career double-double at Duke, which I expect to be the first of many, actually. Great contributions all around, however. DJ Stewart, I'm going to give player of the game to Mark Williams because of his double-double, his first career double-double, and the rebounds. However, DJ Stewart, 21 points tonight. Matthew Hurt, 15, continuing his hot shooting streak. But Williams, and then rounding that out, 14 for Roach. 4 Blue Devils there in double figures. Wendell had 7. 6 for Jordan Goldwire, and 2 made three-point shots. And then Brakefield and Coleman also saw action tonight, 2 points apiece for them. On the side of the Syracuse Orange, Dolezaj with 15, Buddy Boeheim with the team-high 19. Kadari Richmond, the freshman, doubles his season scoring average with 15, and Allen Griffin with 11, but not enough, as Duke had the 19-point lead at half and hung on to that as the game went on. All right, very good. Thank you very much once again, everybody, for joining us. We're going to sign off here after this emphatic Duke win. And we will see you all on Saturday for the game against Louisville. Tip-off for that game is 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. on the West Coast. We'll be right here for it and streaming it on the Discord for you all. Thank you very much once again. And for all of us here, go Duke.